So basically, it's a 2 or 3 tiered system in Louisville. This guy, he's got this big ass tooth. I don't know why that tooth is so much bigger than this tooth. It's weird. So, this big old tooth motherfucker, he's got this, this haircut and shit. He's a bad guy. He's a bad fucking dude. He's been arrested for DUIs, drinking and driving. He's a police officer in Hardin County. He's a police officer in Louisville, but he got arrested in Hardin County. So, this really bad fucking guy is not good at all. They sat there and said, let's see.
Lawyer said last week Payne is cooperating.
It's our hope when all's said and done that.
Okay, yeah. They said something about, let's see. This is Lieutenant Kit Stillme. Okay, so this guy's he's the leader of the goddamn thing. They was going to fucking, give him a big, the Commander of the Year fucking award, and then about, 10 days later, he's getting kicked out because he's being investigated for some fucking bullshit that he's doing. They said twice he got investigated for conduct unbecoming an officer, which is, that's very vague. You don't know what the fuck that even means. And then there's including an accusation of racial discrimination. So, I don't know. The old Mick bastard looks like an Irish fucking, prick. He's going to go around fucking racially profiling. It seems like that's what he was doing. He said he was targeting Parkland. That was, Parkland is where the 1968 riots happened. You had Martin Luther King got shot, and then the riots happened in Parkland. And but I've been seeing nicer actually spots there. I don't know. He was bragging earlier about how much all the violent crimes going down. They said before there's 5 homicides in that area last year, and now there's 0. So going from 4 to 0, that's the big fucking get the fuck out of here. Murders pop off whenever they fucking pop off. So 4 of them, you can't really prevent or not prevent something like that. That's just too small to even. I don't know. I just don't feel like that's an indication of anything. So in totalitarian fascism, yeah, of course, he's trying to arrest people if they're thinking about. He's trying to prevent. Right, fucking crime. So, anyways, Lieutenant Kit Stillme, he got kicked out, but he was trying to brag about something. Oh yeah, he says basically, here's what the Viper unit's going to do. If you're carrying guns illegally in Louisville, we're going to get you. Okay, so that's his fucking deal, right? Viper Squad is a prevent violent unit, but actually it's trying to. And he said it wasn't just running and gunning, so it isn't just going. Yeah, it is. Shut the fuck up. It's all just a violent fucking special units force to go around to do as the fuck as they please, to hurt as many people as they can, and to get away with all their fucking crimes. So that's what the Viper unit is totally for. It's just a little personal private mercenary army for the chief of police, so he can fuck with his political enemies and maybe get some criminals off the street, but really it has very little to do with that than, just getting higher arrest numbers, right? That's what they're bragging about. We've arrested more people, and then there's less crimes being reported. Yeah, who the fuck is going to report any crime to the police? I mean, they ain't going to fucking catch it. Why would you report, why would you report any fucking crime to the police? They'll probably arrest you just because they can't find the real fucking, people. You'll say something wrong, right? You'll fucking look in their eye, or you'll say, well, are you going to do anything about it? How dare you ask me if I'm going to do my job? You don't fucking, you're not the taxpayer. I don't have to do what you tell me to do. So, yeah, and then talk about Obama getting your guns. No, Obama ain't going to get your guns. It's going to be this fucking white guy here. Kit Stillme going to get your guns. You're going to get fucking Mayor Fisher going to get your guns. So, yeah, Louisville definitely going around getting people's guns. Also, they attacked me when I was fucking crossing the street. So you want to sit there and say you're preventing crime? You ain't preventing crime. You're starting crime. You're going around with the fucking violent criminals, and you're fucking being a total asshole. So you're the one that's setting the example, and you're telling everybody that in order to be a good man, to be a strong man, you go around fucking with people. I'm the boss. Fuck you. And then that's just how it is. And so, if it doesn't matter who you are. If you just don't like it, you just have to put up with it. Sorry, you're a poor peasant, fucking serf. You renting, you don't even own a house or land. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't nobody. You might have you got one fucking vote, but are you going to get any of your other poor people to vote? Poor people don't fucking vote. Poor people, young people, minorities, no, they don't vote. It's old white people, a bunch of old white people. Some black folks do. A lot of, there's 25%, right? There's a 25%. And this is why the city council didn't want me to speak about it. This is why the secretary at city council for Louisville Metro was being such an asshole about it. And that's their problem. That's their problem if they don't vote. Motherfucker, why can't I just talk about it? I'd like to talk about the fucking turnout rate. Why can't I just say something about it? I can't just fucking talk about the turnout rate. Why we don't really have a we don't have a democratically elected fucking city council where you have a bunch of fucking, the majority of people are not participating in this so-called democracy. That's a problem. That's a problem. So, and then they said that's their problem. It's because they don't believe in your government. They're not going to try. They're not going to fucking join in and try to make something of, of your system. So, yeah, Chris Payne again. So, basically, they're being whispered in the same breath because I guess, I don't know, they got punished. He's not the fucking lead man no more. Kit Stillman isn't, so I'm not for sure who the lead man on Viper Squad is. He was talking about October 1st. So, they started the fucking thing October 1st, 2012, and then they beat me up in December. So, October, November, December, 2 fucking months. They started Viper Squad. 2 months later, they fucking beat the shit out of me and give me $28,000 in medical bills and fucked up and rearranged my face. Fucked up my face, put my nose to my ear, right? They fucking knocked my nose to the side of my ear to where I walked around looking like a goddamn Frankenstein fucking monster. Didn't want to leave my house, didn't want anybody to fucking see me. So they totally changed my appearance, took away my fucking everything. And what price can you put on your fucking face? Your face is goddamn priceless. What price would you put on your all's fucking faces? The cops that fucking did it? And justice would be for them to lay down the fucking ground and let me punch him in the fucking face. That would be justice, an eye for an eye. I'm gonna do to you what you all did to me, and you tell me if it's fair. Nah, you're down on the ground, I just punched you in your face, and I just fucking broke your shit, you're bleeding all over the fucking place. Now you gotta go to the fucking, you gotta go to the goddamn fucking hospital and be a goddamn Frankenstein monster for 3 fucking years. So, clearly, they wouldn't like that. They wouldn't think that's just. But justice is eye for an eye. You do something, when people steal from me, I would want the stuff back, right? It's an eye for an eye. It's eye for an eye. That's fair. And actually, it should be like an eye for 20 eyes or so, because really, you started it. So, a person that's just sitting there, I saw this one bully fucking with this kid that was sitting by a tree reading a book. Sitting by the tree reading a fucking book, and then a bully comes up, hey, what you want to do? Guy gets up immediately. You want to fight? I'll fuck you up, man, right? And then he basically did a swinging kick and knocked the bully down to the ground. Is that what we got to do around here? And then that's good that, it was only a fucking bully, but what if that was a cop? A cop comes in, starting his fucking shit, and then you want to fight, and then he fights him, fucking knocks him out and shit. Well, he's going to go to jail for, attacking a police officer. But even though that police officer was a dickhead and being a fucking, deserving of a fucking ass kicking. And so, it's fucking bullshit. I've heard so many fucking bad stories, actually, about what police do out here. In Gath County, there's a police officer that bump your chest, run into you, just keep bumping into your chest. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And no fucking videotape, so it's his word versus your word. And, eventually you would think after about 20 complaints, somebody fucking do something. This Detective Carl Payne, this fucking asshole, I sat there and talked to him, but, he was a fucking psycho. Wasn't gonna say shit to me. But, and then come to fucking testify against me. Well, I wish you'd testify against me. You have no fucking credibility. You're like the worst. You're drinking and driving, right? Putting everybody's life at risk. You're a fucking hypocrite. You ain't protecting and serving anybody. You think you're above the fucking law. And in a way, he's taking his privileges as a police officer. The police officers they're not supposed to be, but they typically are above the law. So, but he's getting caught at it. He's getting caught by other fucking police officers drinking and driving on his fucking motorcycle and shit. And then he goes and gets a crack dealer and then starts flirting with her, right? Starts flirting with the crack dealer. So it saves her fucking 20 years in prison. And she gets a $50,000 payout, and then this motherfucking corrupt bastard is still going around trying to fucking saying he's a good guy. And if it's such a bad crime, if what she was doing was such a horrible crime, why would he not push for her to go into jail? Does he know that the war on drugs is total bullshit? Of course he does. So, let's see. Payne is already on the list because he's arrested in Hardin County June 19th on a drunken driver charge. June 19th, this is a story from 2014, so I guess last year, 2013. So he's drinking and driving in fucking Hardin County. He's, flirting with the people that he's fucking arrested, taking pictures of his dick, probably something. I don't know, he's taking lewd pictures, that's all we know. And I guess $50,000 was to keep the fucking pictures out of the limelight, right? Don't want Detective Carl Payne's dick being fucking published in all the fucking papers and all over the web. In October, he was suspended for 20 days by Chief Steve Conrad for driving under the influence. So actually, Steve Conrad actually fucking said that he's an asshole, right? So that's October. That's when it was started, October 1st. Or that was 2013. It was 2012. So he'd been on it for a year. And then he was reprimanded for missing court also. So he doesn't even show up to fucking court when he's supposed to, testify? How are we supposed to convict the people that you say that were doing bad things if you don't even show up to court to testify? So that's another thing with the Viper Squad. They'll fuck with you, and then they don't even show up to court to say that you've done something wrong. Maybe just to fuck with your time, right? Just to fuck with you, and then the whole system's supposed to back you and say that you done something right. And you didn't do something right. You done something wrong. Professional Standards Board, fuck the Professional Standards Board, fuck the Public Integrity Unit, fuck the Merit Board, fuck every one of these goddamn assholes. There is not one single citizen-run body in Louisville that is worth a goddamn. So when that woman, the woman was sitting there talking about after the fucking 4 kids did not go to jail because they said that they was part of the riots, then they said they should have a civilian review board, a democratically elected civilian review board. Absolutely. We absolutely need something like that. We need civilian oversight over these fucking LMPD fucking assholes. They think they can break every fucking law in the fucking book and ruin people's lives. And they're not going to apologize. They don't give a damn. They don't give a fuck about anybody. They think they're above the fucking law. Rule of law don't affect them. And then they sit there and they say, look at all the fucking golden jewelry, right? Like the old fucking pharaohs of Egypt and shit. They just want the fucking jewels and shit and the power, but they don't actually want the system to get any fucking better. Instead of, seriously, if I'm, if I'm the police officer in a town and I go and I shake somebody down that I thought was doing something wrong and it finds out they didn't do a goddamn thing wrong, I'm sorry. Sorry for wasting your time. Sorry for doing this shit. There's people in the area and I got to check. So that's, if I'm just doing my job and I make a mistake and I say I'm sorry, I feel like that's just go on about your day. No big fucking deal. Thanks, officer. Hope you get your fucking guy. No, that's not what it is. We're going, there's a bank robbery down the street, but wait a second. There's a goddamn fucking jaywalker. We need to fucking get a jaywalker. We need to fuck up the jaywalker like a motherfucker. Motherfucking jaywalker walking through the fucking street as if he, this is America. This ain't America. These are not your streets. These are our streets. We're the government. We're the fucking government. We care about the corporations, the politicians, and the big banks. We don't give a fuck about the people. These are our streets. The fucking police's streets. Not your streets. These are our streets. We could do donuts in the middle of the street. We could drive drunken, drive. That's another thing. I basically felt like a bunch of fucking thugs was going to jump me. So you got fucking criminals out there that's just like that. That's just like that. So if they're going around doing the same shit the LMPD is doing, I can't tell a fucking difference. I can't see the difference. I don't see the difference whatsoever, except for one does it under the guise of law, and there's no personal gain. So actually one is doing it for sadistic fucking pleasure. They just like hurting people. While other gangbangers are doing it for wealth, right? They're trying to make some fucking money out of the fucking deal. So that's worse. Being a sadistic psycho, someone who just fucking lusts after your pain, that's horrible. That's a fucking horrible thing. It says violent crime statistics are an uptick in Louisville. 2002 police chief recently announced formation of new unit. Tackle the growing problem. Viper would go to worst offenders. Yeah, jaywalkers are not the worst offenders. Known hotspots. Yeah, so there's 2 basically Parkland people and all the good citizens of the West End have to look out for the fucking police and they have to look out for the fucking gangbangers. They gotta look out for everybody and there's nobody that's actually defending them. And then when you're fucking lost like that, what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna go for? You want street justice? You want real justice or official justice? Street justice usually is the only real justice out there. Official justice is bullshit justice. It's fucking, you give it a slap on the wrist for some dumb shit. Nobody fucking learns their goddamn lesson. All the lawyers, all the fucking judges, jailers, everybody gets paid. Nobody gives a shit, goes on home. Fuck you. Yeah, you got all this fucking system in place and infrastructure in place. Why don't you actually start doing your fucking job and ask the people and find out who did the wrong thing to who and find out what the fuck happened and stopping this shit from happening. You know what I mean? Actually solving the goddamn, there's a problem, solve the fucking problem. Don't create fucking problems where they don't exist. Viper unit will go after the worst offenders in the city, focus resources on known hotspots. Joseph Lloyd, reporter with the Courier Journal, joined us Friday on Byline to explain the reorganization of LMPD. Biggest change made by Chief Conrad since his appointment. Provides details how Viper is intended to reduce the Viper violent crime. So, yeah, great. Steve Conrad has all the fucking power in the world now. So, how's Steve Conrad? Is he going to do a good job? Steve Conrad puts this man on the fucking... on the bench, gives him all the fucking power in the world. Says, go ahead, Lieutenant Kit Stillman, tell us what's up.
We were not in operation. May 17th, 2012 was kind of the crux that started the whole push for the to do something.
May 2012 is when they started to do shit.
To try to combat it.
But they didn't start Viper until...
We got started essentially October 1st, 2012. It was our first full day in operation. Now we've got 7 months now full-time under our belt.
And so in that, now that it's 7 full months, what kind of difference is it making? What kind of impact is there?
Well, by looking at the statistics from our Crime Information Center, who does all the analysis of crime, violent incidents, and we've actually seen a reduction in our targeted areas, because we do have to target the most violent areas at this point. And by looking at that, this year, the shootings and homicides year to date, we're down from 34 last year to 28 incidents this year, so we're down 18% so far this year, just in those targeted areas that we do the enforcement and prevention in.
So when you say the enforcement and prevention, so what are you doing? What will people see you guys doing?
Well, we're more laser focused on not just running and gunning per se. What we do is we go into these areas. We try to identify the violent offenders through patrol strategies, through drug enforcement, through gang intelligence. Once we identify the violent offenders that are operating within those certain areas, then we put an intense focus on what they are doing, the dirt that they're doing, the crimes that they're committing, and then we look at putting cases, any kind of large-scale investigation, any kind of a drug case. We work with patrol divisions, the support bureau, the narcotics division, to work together to get these guys off the street and, truthfully put them where they belong in the penitentiary, because there's not everybody is a violent criminal in Louisville. We're just targeting the less than 100 that, once we get these people off the street, Louisville's going to be the safest city in America.
And so going from a few months out of the year to full time, what kind of impact is the city going to see? You said safest city, but maybe 2 years down the road from